Well, hi there. This, of course, is the reading for the last day of January 2026. And I think it's been a pretty good series of readings, don't you? So once again, thanks to Rev Dr Margaret Stortz for putting them together, for taking the time. It takes a lot of time and effort, to go out and not just write stuff, but actually to go out and do some research and also to figure out, the best quotes you can get that go along with it. So it takes a lot of time and effort. So once again, I'm grateful to everybody who puts these together because my job's a lot easier. I just have to read them and comment on them. Speaking of which, I found a quote here which kind of goes with today's reading. It's from Positive Quotes for Every Day. It's actually from a chapter called, Chapter for the Days, Taking Chances. One doesn't discover new lands without consenting to lose sight of the shore for a very long time. Andre Gide. So you got to take some risks in life, correct? But also you got to realize where you came from. And see, part of what Margaret Stortz is telling us today. She's called it a new creation. And from Emerson's essay, she has given us this. One mode of the divine teaching is in the incarnation of the Spirit in forms, he says, like my own. So we are the divine in expression, and that was on page 195. And Ernest Holmes says, the spirit of the thing is the thought. There is its essence, its law, and its cause. And that's from the Science of Mind textbook, page 194. And this is Reverend Margaret. The mind of God is always new, not bound by time and space. It is always in a creative mode, some of which is being carried out by the expansive vistas of humankind. We who participate in the use of infinite mind, by our natures, must be creative also. While the creative process is not limited by time and space, as we said before, the things of creation are, and they will take as much time as they need to come into form, even if the original idea came in an instant. She goes on to say, there is one thing creative people must work with, the fact that the instantaneous emergence of a creative spark may need an unfolding process, gestation period, if you like. This can take time, energy, and the discovery of ways and means to give form and shape to visible outcomes. Patience is needed, and so is attention to detail. We may need to put an effort, not struggle, into the process of manifestation. If there is real joy in creativity, there will also be joy in its follow-through, in the burnishing of an idea into a glistening appearance that can be good, that can bring good to a great number of people. Why? Because creativity is not for us alone. It's the manifestation of the divine inspiration brought into the world for our benefit. There's an uplift in knowing that we are agents of the divine whenever we embody something new and something vital to life. The push forward of the creative urge is with us when an idea, an image, or strong sense seizes us. Yes, we can say no to being creative if we wish, but it may cost us in unfulfilled desires. Yeah, my late great mentor, Bob Proctor, used to talk about the gestation period, that everything has a time that it needs before it actually gives birth in the womb, well, the womb of the being, or the womb of the mind, or the womb of the divine subjective. So what she's saying here is that you can get an idea instantaneously, and it's instantaneously in the divine subjective, what Ernest Holmes called the law. But because of the nature of the universe, it can take time for things to come to fruition. So, for instance, if you put into the law that you want a new job, and that job is available somewhere, it can often take time before that actually manifests itself, right? It may instantly appear, but it sometimes takes time because just imagine, for instance, somebody is in the job that you want, but somebody who's higher up the chain than them has decided this person is great for another job and that you're great for that job that person is currently performing. But it can often take time to move all these things into place and to move things around. And sometimes you don't know till the last minute that you've got that job because people don't want to disrupt the work process by announcing way in advance, who is being promoted to what or moved to what. So that's an example. Is it a good example? I don't know. It's reasonable. It's happened to me. I can tell you that I wanted a job. I mentioned this before more than once. There was an opening, and not bragging, I was the best qualified person for the job based on my experience, not necessarily because of my abilities, but because of my experience. I was the best person for that job, but I didn't get that job. And I was furious with my boss. But after a day, I said, okay, I'm going to let go and let God. And then not too long afterwards, I think it might have been 2 or 3 weeks, my boss called me into his office and said, David, I know you wanted that job, but I didn't give it to you for a good reason. And the reason is that I have a better job coming up. It's actually a 2 grade code increase. And had I given you that other job that you wanted, you would have had to wait for another grade code increase for another year because of the way the company operates its promotion system. But because I held back, I can give you that 2-step increase immediately. So when I let go and let God and just let the creative mind do its work, yeah, things came about. So there is a gestation period for everything, whether it's the birth of an infant, the birth of an idea, or out in the vastness of space, the birth of new worlds. Everything in this physical universe takes time, even if the idea is instantaneous. Well, once again, thank you very much, Reverend Margaret Stortz, for these writings. I look forward to next month's writings. I did not look in advance because I like to be surprised. And I will, of course, pre-read the reading sometime tomorrow, and then I will be on air tomorrow evening with it. And speaking about being on air, my colleague Reverend Lisa Ryan will be on air about 9:15 tomorrow. Creative Life Spiritual Center service will be in person at our center. It will not be on Facebook or Zoom this week. It will be at our center. So with that, the final affirmation, I'm going to read the whole thing. The divine good fulfills me, always has, always will, and I access it every day. And that's what she's given to us every day. And then she says, I welcome the creative urge within me, and I'm ready to give it form. I wait consistent guidance. So you put those two things together as two affirmations. I welcome the creative urge within me, and I'm ready to give it form. I await consistent guidance. And that is the end of January's readings. It's the end of my reading for today. I will now return to my regular duties, such as they are, and start preparing more material for a couple of classes I'm teaching right now, and one I'm going to start teaching in April, which will be World Religions. I've been teaching that World Religions class for, I don't know, quite a few years now at our local community college. And I'm revamping it now, and I'm going to present it as a Zoom class starting in April. So I'll look forward to that. More information about that in the not too distant future. So I wish all of you, in fact, I know for each and every one here, a wonderful rest of the weekend, and I release my word as a prayer into the divine law, calling it done. And so it is. Namaste.